Hey everybody, Meal Prepping Mom here with Mommy Daddy Fitness, aka Sarah. Just checking in with you guys tonight. I wanted to show you how I am about to do a meal prep midweek to last us several days. So I'm going to begin by showing you how to lay out your boneless, skinless chicken breast and get that in the oven and get that going. That's the first thing you would find of ease to do while you begin to work on your other things that we're going to meal prep. So flipping this over, I have 8 boneless, skinless chicken breasts laid out, and I have them seasoned 2 different ways. The first one here I have with some Himalayan sea salt, right here, Himalayan sea salt, as well as some cracked black pepper, and also the McCormick Montreal chicken. So that's this first set of 4. That's what they're seasoned with. The second set of 4 is seasoned with, again, the pink Himalayan sea salt, the black pepper, and this time I put on some garlic powder. So that is those 4 right there. We are going to get those in our preheated oven at 375 degrees. So both pans are going in. Gonna cook it for 12 minutes. And that allows us to then come over to our next protein source, which is 93% ground beef. So what I have here is 2 pounds of 93% lean ground beef in my pan. I'm just going to chop that up a bit. Before I put any seasonings or anything else in there. You just want to kind of break it up a little bit. It cooks a lot more even in your pan and allows for a better overall seasoning once you put your meats and your other ingredients in. So we have our ground beef in there. I am going to get our pink Himalayan sea salt and add some of that in as well. Turn that there so you can see. In the pan, pink Himalayan sea salt on top of the ground beef. Season our meat with some salt there. Ground black pepper on top of there as well. Again, we can't forget garlic powder. These are the 3 primary seasonings that I use on almost all of my meal prepping. We're not going crazy with the seasoning. It might look that way as I'm shaking it, but no more than a teaspoon of garlic powder. The next thing that I'm going to add, I had pre-chopped up some onions, you can see. So I'm going to take half of this dish because I have another protein source that we're going to work with then. But we're going to take half of this bowl of onions, which is half of an onion in itself. So when I say half the bowl, I'm referring to half of an onion. Those were pre-chopped. I also have a second bowl here of red peppers and yellow peppers. 1 whole red pepper, 1 whole yellow pepper. Again, I'm going to take half of this bowl and put that in my ground hamburger there. So we are just going to mix that in a little bit. And we're going to get this cooking for a little while. And once this has cooked a little bit further, I'm going to show you how I'm adding my fresh spinach into this mixture as well. And I will be right back. Okay everybody, checking back in, continuing with what our 93% ground beef looks like. As you can see, it's continuing to cook in the pan. It's about halfway through at this point, and it is looking good. I wanted to also add in, just for a little bit of spice, a little bit of cayenne pepper as well, and a little bit of the Montreal Grill Mates steak seasoning. So right about now is when we can also add in our fresh organic spinach, because that's going to wilt down nicely. Nature's Promise organic baby spinach. So I'm going to just open this up, and we're going to take roughly 2 handfuls there, maybe 2.5, because it does wilt down. And that's going to sit right on top of the mixture there. Close that lid up. And we are going to just steam the spinach down. All right, everybody, our spinach is wilted down some, and then all we're doing is, again, mixing it all together. Hold it back so it doesn't steam up so much. That's looking good. So our chicken is about to be finished as well. So I'm going to turn down the heat on our burger. And I also started to cook our first vegetable, which is cut green beans here. All right, everybody, so up next we are going to work on spraying our pan down with some oil, and we're going to steam up our peppers and onions, the remaining of those 2 bowls, because the next protein source that we're going to cook up is going to be all natural ground turkey. And I like to saute the peppers and onions up first for this one, just because turkey cooks a lot quicker than ground beef does. So we have the onions and 2 different kinds of peppers in our pan. We're going to saute them up, and I'm going to check back in with you when the turkey is ready to be added. All right, everybody, so here's what our onions and peppers look like after they've been sauteing for just a few minutes. You don't need to really saute them for any more than, I'd say, 5 or 6 minutes ahead of the turkey. But we are going to take our 1 pound of turkey and add that right into our pan. And chop this up a little bit before we put our seasonings on top like we did with the ground beef. Get the peppers going in there. You can already see the turkey is cooking up pretty quickly, actually. We got our black pepper going in again. Put some of that. Some of our pink Himalayan sea salt again as well. And a little bit of garlic powder again. And that is pretty much it for the turkey seasoning, because the peppers and the onions are going to give it a naturally great flavor. So we are going to cook this up, and I will show you what this looks like once it's finished as well. But in the meantime, we have our green beans here. Just want to show you without steam what the green beans look like. Those are done. Those are nice and soft, al dente, ready to go. And once the ground turkey is complete, I will check back in. So we got our green beans out. They are nice and soft, as I said, good to go. We're just going to take about a tablespoon of unsalted butter to the green beans. Mix that up nice and evenly through all of them. How glossy and good they look. Get our pink Himalayan sea salt. Sprinkle a little bit on there. And our green beans are good to go. So we are just, as you can see, meal prepping and going. We have our chicken. We have our ground beef mixture. We now have our green beans done. The turkey is still cooking, so I'm going to take our next vegetable. I have organic peas and carrots here, and we're going to just once again add that into our pot to steam up. Get our lid on, and look at this turkey. Turkey is just about done. So we're cooking that up. Alrighty, so our ground turkey mixture is complete. I am going to move on to our carb source for some of our meals, and I am going to be making 4 to 6 servings, which on this bag it calls for 1 3/4 cup of water. So we are going to add that into our pot. 1 3/4 cup of water. We're going to put our lid on there, and we are going to let that come to a boil. Here's our peas and carrots mixture, again al dente. We're going to transfer them into a bowl and add a little bit of unsalted butter and add our healthier version of salt, the pink Himalayan. Alrighty, so this is what our rice looks like after that has been cooked and boiling for the 35 minutes. So we're going to add this here to all of our other meal prepping. Here's our chicken. Here's our ground beef, our ground turkey, our 2 different vegetables, green beans and peas and carrots, and our rice. So we are going to then transfer them into the meal prepping containers. So I'm going to show you what a couple of them would look like. So we can start with taking our chicken, setting that in there. And then we can take a scoop of rice, roughly a 1/2 cup. And let's just say we will grab the peas and carrots. There's one container. We have our protein source. We have our healthy carbohydrates of the long grain brown rice and our peas and carrots. So there's one. Maybe what we'll do for the next one is take some hamburger and put that in our meal prep container. Take, again, a scoop of our rice and put that in. And for this one, let's just say we put some green beans. And you can mix and match them however you like. Whatever vegetables you like. You can cook asparagus. You can cook Brussels sprouts. There's so many different meal preps that I can show you guys how to do. But here are just 2 simple ones. One with chicken breast and one with ground beef. I will complete all of these laid out here, and I will show you what that looks like once we're finished.
Yeah, all right.
So check it out, everybody. Meal Prepping Mama just showed you how to complete all these different types of lunch and even dinner meals for you to pull out for your convenience of your own refrigerator when you need them. We just did 19 meals. Again, I'll say 19 meals we just completed in about an hour and 15 minutes. It is that easy. Any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe Mommy Daddy Fitness, and this Meal Prepping Mom is checking out for the evening. Have an awesome Wednesday night, everybody.